So please carry on.
Oh.
24.
So could somebody read 24? Maybe a brave person?
Ishvara is the supreme Purusha, unaffected by any afflictions, actions, fruits of actions, or by any inner impressions of desires.
Okay. Are you okay with me improvising a bit? Because for me, sutras, the way they write like this is like a manual in Portuguese for me. And then you put it through a Google translation and you get the English word and like, and he said it was not that. What is it? So I've been studying this for many years, trying to give it to me straight, you know. That's what I love with Melanie and Guru. That's what it's like. Tell me so I get it. Not all these fancy words and awful translations. I mean, come on. It's not even English. You know, these strange words. Give it to me straight. So, what I think, is it okay if I take yoga sort of in a big box? Can somebody give me the first one with the Vrittis? What does it say? What is yoga?
Yoga.
Yeah, and what does that mean? Okay, Google translation. Once again, what is that? What I think it says is what you think you become. What you are if you can become conscious of your mind, you can create your life in the way you want it to be created. By the restraint of the mind, do not go like this. Like many of us, the restraint of the mind, you can become a conscious creator. And the whole point of this life, I think, it's one big illusion. I think we live in a matrix. We're inside a computer game, you know, where the universal laws are it's programming. A program is a logic series of things like, if I drop this, it will always fall. Okay, that is a static, boom, boom, boom. That is one of the rules. You need food, that is a rule. You need all of these laws. It's like a program. I really think it's a program. And God is the programmer. I don't know if his name is Henry Wilson or whatever his name is, the creator. He is the programmer. But the matrix is the program. It's not the programmer. So you got God, who's an extremely loving whatever. Let's call him a person. Let's call him Harold. Harold has made this beautiful, beautiful computer game that we are living inside. Okay, or like a 3D version, reality type of thing. And what he wanted to do, tell me if I bore you. Okay, you can just put your hand on and I will stop. Okay, but what he thought was, let's have some fun here. Okay, I come up with this idea. I need some basic elements. I need water, fire, earth, wind, and no, but what's the other one? Some basic elements. I need about 130 chemicals. We can chuck that in. I need some energy in form of electricity. I need some basic rules like gravity and all of these things. Chuck it in there. And then it's amazing because if I do like this with the chemicals, oh my God, it comes out green. That's really weird. Or like this. And so with these basics like Lego, what do you call it? Lego blocks, you can put together and you can build stuff. And then with the DNA, you can just program and say, whoa, walk. And suddenly it starts walking. But I think that Harold didn't want to be supervising the whole thing because he just wanted to check out the fun spots at times. So he needed to make it a universe that is self-creating, with no limits, no up, no down. There's no limits to what is possible. And so he thought, okay, how to do this? So what he came up with was that if I make the mind the creation, here's where the creation happens. With the help of the third eye, which is a projector turned inwards, which is the one that if you close your eyes, you will see images. Okay, so this is like the trailer of what's coming, the next grand movie. Okay, so if you can steady your mind instead of it going like this, it doesn't go anywhere, it just goes around in a circle. But if you can steady the mind, focus, and then add the feeling. It's the feeling that is the magnetic thing that will pull it into your reality. So, so he thought, okay, so by doing this, a thought and then add the feeling, you will create reality. So he started really basic. He was like, the first thing he did with this game was put the power on. When he did that, he said, Om. That's the power. You listen to like a high voltage thing like that. When it has no earth, it goes, oh, like this. Yeah. Then the more grounded it gets, the sound goes a lot more quiet. And that's, in my opinion, why you can hear it tiny. But in the beginning, it was really loud. But now there's so much manifested. I think especially when I've got a fever, I can hear it. You know. Anyway, so he said, I'm going to start with this, and so let's do it easy. We start with a one cell. You know, great, but not a lot happens with just one cell. I needed to create more, and I don't want to be here all the time because I want to go down the road and have a beer or whatever. So it needs to be an ongoing process. So what he did, he programmed this cell saying with a thought and a feeling, and the thought was, I'm separate, and then add the feeling of despair. The feeling was the one that created, that pulled it in, and the thought was, I'm separate. If you look on a microscope, a cell, boom, it goes into two. But that's how life is created. And then all of these things, oh my God, I'm separate, they go into four. Oh my God, all of us are separate, they go like, and it just goes on, and then the more it goes, the more possibilities are, and the more variations of thoughts and possibilities are started. Join that with the basic programming of what is possible and so on. But I think that is why we all think we're separate. All our cells are saying, I'm separate, because all the time you have this creation inside of you, inside of everything, and the basic thought, I'm separate. And this is the point of the game, to find out, no, sorry, we're not, because we're all one. We're not separate, it's just a mind game. But that was, so it sort of, it lost the, well, it was to get creation going, but it got us in a bit of a problem. But at the same time, that was the one that started creating the game. Because if you look, for instance, if you want to go, why do you want to go on a holiday? I mean, you're here, and you want to go on a holiday, so you want to go to Hong Kong and Sri Lanka and this, to get back to the point where you were before. In one way you could say, I am here, I know I'm going to come back here again, why even bother? But the whole thing is for the experience and all of the situations and the dramas and all of these things. So you say, yeah, I want to join. So you go in, you get born, you go, whoa, and you come back and you die. And you're like, wow, that was one hell of a trip. You know, let's have another one. So you get reincarnated and so on. But before that, you have all these possibilities of signing up for different themes, where you can, I don't think it's the creator himself, but he's got like sub-levels of angels and stuff like that. And also there's an online support, these are the angels. You can call them at all times. No, but really, I tell you, the angels are there, online, but they're not allowed to interfere if they're not being asked. If you ask them for help, woof, they're there. If they're not, they can just stand back. And there's two versions. There's the angels, and then they call the deaf waiters. You know, that they can only help you if you do something. You know, that you coordinate the thought and action. You say, I want to become a rock star. Fine, but you have to. It's not just saying and not do anything. you have to do the action, and when you do the actions, these deaf waiters, as they call them, will come in and support you doing that. If you stick to the thought, because if your mind are like that, the result will be like that as well. Which is in most of our lives, it is like this, because we're so messed up or looking everywhere instead of boom. And that's why Melanie says, make it simple, make peace your goal, just boom. Don't get confused by all of the details or situations or whatever. Peace, boom, and look at her. I mean, my God, she's beaming. I've never seen her sad. Yes, I've seen her cry and all of these things. But I mean, even when her husband died, it was awful. And at the same time, it was so beautiful as well, because there was no bitterness, no anger, no poor me, no victim. It's just. It was just, like this.
Yeah.
Do you want some more, or should I shut up?
When I was reading the Bible, I thought it should be given to children in schools from age 10 onwards as a proper foundation for brainwash, which is far better than Catholic brainwash. I mean, this Google translation thing really is adequate point of view, because normally people have too much respect for paradigms like yoga is to criticize it. I like that. I like your language for children because I can understand it.
But I think it's for everyone. It's for me. Otherwise, I don't get it. And I think brainwash is a beautiful word in my world. You know, wash it out. You know, like the book is called Remind Me.
Yeah, and you know, nothing ever works on Tommy except Raj Yoga. This one.
Yeah.
He never got inspired by anything. He went through the religious studies in school. I don't think he remembers anything. And here he got inspired.
There you go.
Right things.
Same for me. Same for me.
Now if we manage to make this into a computer game.
Yeah.
And a relative Macintosh.
But we are living in a computer game, I tell you. And the thing is, one thing that I think is really interesting is like, when you look at this, you hear this philosophy and so-called religious talk, but you can combine it with science, and it all makes sense. At least I feel so. And do you know, like, what I said was like, you focus the mind, and then it's the feeling that pulls it in. Do you know, like if you, do you know where the biggest magnetic field is in your body? Have you got any idea? And the biggest magnetic field, is it the brain or? It is the heart. It's 100 times stronger than the brain, the heart, the electric field, and it's 5,000 times stronger, the magnetic field, than the brain. So you thinking, I want this, I want this. You think, if I repeat the thought, it's very weak like this. But if you add the feeling just pulls it in. And the key feeling is gratitude. Gratitude, because gratitude, you don't have to look at any detail. The gratitude will just lift it up. And I don't know, but I get goosebumps when I feel gratitude. You know, it can be for my socks or my sweetheart or food, whatever. You know, like just feel, and we just. And that in whatever situation, if you hit your thumb or whatever, be grateful for the other one. Or it's like, but really, you know, if you can do that, if you're deeply depressed, gratitude will get you less deeply depressed, and even more gratitude will get you, well, a bit pissed off, but not so much, and so on. You can always lift it, and the more. In my opinion, the more I can stay in gratitude, suddenly all these miracles starts happening. It's like, just pulls in beautiful stuff. And other days when I'm not grateful, when I'm in a bad mood, it just goes down the drain. Slipping from ground gained.
Yes.
I think, you know, these guys with a big beard in all these caves, they were sitting, testing these things, just like, there's a logic to this. When I do that, boom, I got like, Okay, I do it again. Oh, okay, got it. So maybe if I do that, well, nothing happened there. And I really think like Jesus and Buddha, they were hackers, really good hackers, saying, I've sussed it. You do not have to suffer like this. There is another way. Like I said the other, right, what? Well, but since you don't get the small, like the fine-tuned things I'm saying, I need to show it to you more drastically. So, okay, I walk on water, you get that one. Whoa, what? Okay, water, and the death thing as well, because that was the ultimate one. You don't get it? Okay, look at this one. Dead? No, not really. Okay, and that has sort of like it's been there for 2,000 years, and we're still like, whoa, did he really do that? Yeah, because it wasn't real. He sussed it out. It's not it was a game. And that is what Nalini also talks about. It's a trick of light, an illusion. And I'm going to say one more thing, and then I will be quiet.
No, you got 2 more sutras to go.
Oh my God. The big secret that I found out from looking at a lot of different things is that in this creation, it's what we're not being told is that you need to create from the end and towards you, not from here to there. Because if you create from here to there, you will just see all the problems, how to get there. But when you desire something, when you see something, it's like there's these rockets of desire going out. And the universe, which is this sutra.
25.
Yeah, the universe, could you read the sutra again?
In him is
No, the other one. It's the one before. Yeah, exactly the one. Could you please read that again?
Ishvara is the Supreme Purusha,
Yeah.
unaffected by any afflictions, actions, fruits of actions, or by any inner impressions of desires.
Yeah, what it's saying is that the universe is totally neutral. You send out, it will send back. You do something, it will send. There's no judgment. You give up, it comes back. It's total neutrality. There's no bonus for the universe to do good or whatever. Everything is there. It's up to you what you will get back. It's totally up to you. There's no rules. You can do so-called awful things, you can do good things, but there's a price to pay. You decide. If you want to chop up a little dog or something like that, fine, but it will hit you back. Somebody might chop your foot off. There's no judgment. That is just the way it is. This is what I think it says. But I'm just going to say with the creation, it's like in this illusion, the game is like if, for instance, you come to a canyon like this, and your goal is to go on the other side, whatever goal that is for you. You have the way to do it, according to what I think I've understood, is you need to see the end result and feel like it is already done, that it is already there. So if you, for instance, you have problems with money, if you go, oh, I don't have enough money, the universe will say, you don't have enough money. Yeah, but I don't have enough money. I need money. You need money. It will just tum-tum, like this. Yeah, but I don't have a partner. You don't have a partner. There you go. But if you instead look at what happened when you feel really, really good and you don't have a partner, but you feel really good, whoop, suddenly people are attracted to you. And it's exactly the same, like wherever you want to go, you have to focus on not how to get there. The universe will sort that out, but the end result, and then feel it like it was already happening, like it was already reality. Feel it, and that will pull it in. It will take a little time because there is a delay in the creation for our own safety. Like I said the other day, like if I want an elephant, boom, if that was instant, I would have a problem. Imagine how, there's about 60,000 thoughts a day. You was just, oh my God. So I had to stop it. So there's a time delay. There's a time delay. The better we get at this, the shorter the delay is. But there's a time delay, meaning that what we experience today is not actually what we're creating now, but it's the result of what we created then. Can you see what I'm saying? So even if today, if you've been focusing on I want to become abundant, I am abundant, you're still poor like a church rat, doesn't mean that it's not working. It just means that keep on, it's coming and coming. Keep the focus, and feel it, feel where you want to go. Stay in that feeling, just pull it in, and when you're on the same level, it will just, and you will receive it.
Would you mind telling what you told me yesterday about your book?
That's very
That's
good.
a very good example of what you just said.
About my book?
Yeah, about what you now put online. And then so it came from a totally different area, and that is exactly what you're telling, but it's an example. So I don't know if you want to share it.
For 15 years I was doing my very best to find out what happened to the Swedish Prime Minister who was gunned down in the streets of Stockholm. I was so focused for almost 15 years. That is how we met as well. I tracked down secret agents, I found mercenaries and assassins. It was like, in my life it's been light and dark. Only these two, sort of studying the two extremes. And then I wrote a book. 2 of my friends were murdered, and I just felt I need to get out. That's why I'm in Spain. If I want to solve this or write anything about this, I need to get out before it's my turn. So we moved to Mallorca, and on Mallorca I finished a book in 880 pages with photos, maps, details, names, everybody involved. It's a massive conspiracy, directly connected to the JFK assassination. And anyway, the power behind this is the same. I call them the black angels, in this...
No, but don't just do the... We're doing sutras here, sorry to interrupt you, but don't do the whole...
It's
just do the how
that
you
when
let
you
it go.
focused on just
I just need
sharing.
to stop because I know...
Yeah, no, it's just the sharing.
Oh, that was the one. I thought you wanted to...
No, it's just the sharing.
Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
sweetie, but
In-
just
I felt the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Time.
Thank you.
yeah.
Anyway, so it came to a point, the book was finished, I tried to get it published for years and years and years, and no one there was just stop. So I was advised to back off, let it go, do not burn the book, but leave it. That was in 2009, and there will be a day, the day was told 2012 by a medium, when the time will be open. Anyway, I totally forgot about that, put the book away, totally focused on other things. But my intention with the book had all the time been healing a trauma, not revenge and chop them up or get back to them, but stop the madness, stop it.
To bring awareness, huh?
Sorry?
To bring awareness. And
Bring
truth.
awareness, because, the truth shall set you free. Anyway, so then it's only 6 weeks ago or something like that, somebody called me and said, there's an author in Sweden who she couldn't get her book published, so she was having a quarrel with her publisher. So she said, just put it out online on Pirate Bay, put it up there, and people can download it for free. So she did, and put a little donation button on as well. Didn't expect anything. People were donating like crazy to her. The book spread like none of her other books, and she became she's become like a symbol for. People are generous, they don't want to, like this, if somebody gives, people want to give back, like this. So when he said that to me, I thought, that's a really good idea. And also because this book contains a lot of dangerous stuff, which was on my shoulders, I thought, I'm just going to spread it out there like this on the internet, just within 2 hours, get it out there, boom, 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 boom. So with Facebook and I had some people helping me, within a few hours we just everywhere, put it out there. I put a website, download it for free, and it's whatever you want, and a donation button. I've had, it's about 5 or 6 weeks, something like that. I've had almost 10,000 hits on the website. And the book has been downloaded by thousands and thousands of people all over the place. I get I mean, the thing is, I come from the many years of being looked upon as being totally paranoid, totally crazy, totally, oh my God, just leave it. Can you just talk about something else? Go away, you horrible person. That type of feeling. And then suddenly being met with open, and now I've been invited to different international radio stations, and then it's just like boom, 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 like fireworks.
I think I heard you in Mediterranean. Radio Talk.
Talk Radio Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, some years ago. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Very, very impressive because we're in
Thank you.
this
Thank you.
One question, does the program you talk about allow you to keep the book there? Or have they shut you down? They haven't shut you down or taken the book out or...
No, they tried earlier on, but this is the beauty with internet. It goes out so quick. You know, in the old days, it was so easy to eliminate people. You know this, we will just chop, chop, that's it, finished.
No,
But now,
institutions or companies like Facebook are very easy under control and
I totally know that.
so
but
they
this
take
is,
things off. So I was
no, but
wondering
this is
whether...
the thing. This is the thing. If you can get it out to so many people, it's at the same time. Then it doesn't help them. And then when people are aware of me, if something happens to me, if there's spotlight on, it will just prove and make a martyr. A martyr. And a martyr is one of the worst things for them. You look at countries with revolution, where they've done military coups and stuff like that. They kill one person, the wrong one, who becomes like a Victor Jara or something like that, a symbol, and they have problems for years and years because that name. So they're trying to really avoid martyrs. So that's why either you need to keep a really low profile or the spotlight. Yeah. I'm sorry.
We're doing a time here.
No, it's very interesting.
It's wonderful, it is.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Please do.
Just go up, Dan. It's based on the... just on what you were saying earlier. You think about, it's all a game or whatever, and you're calling this person Harold or whatever. Do you not think that we are any part of this Harold?
I think, in my point of view, I think we are like body cells in God. Just like my kidney cells are looking, saying, somebody's talking about this Ole, but I've never seen him. Where is he? And I think we are inside God as well, sort of looking for him, saying, I haven't seen him.
Because I do as well. I think that the separateness is what we're all experiencing, but we're actually looking for the togetherness.
Yeah.
That's the real
And we are in it, all of us.
Yeah.
We're all in one. It's all one.
And why
There has to be a limit, huh? There has to be a limit of programmers, because otherwise how do you get out of the program to meet the main programmer?
You can.
So you can't... there has to be a
But that is samadhi, I think, because if you got the feelings like a frequency like this, the feelings are really interesting as well. If I can continue, when you, I'm sorry, tell me. Okay.
Is this the next sutra now?
It is indeed.
Yeah. Okay. just trying to be a bit organized here.
Which is the next What's the next sutra so that we can follow you?
Yes, with some reading, maybe 25.
Sutra 25, anybody? Esther?
In him is the complete manifestation of the seed of omniscience.
Okay, in my language, this means anything is possible. There's no limits. It's totally limitless. You look at digital fractals. Do you know? Have you seen these beautiful photos? Oh, it's not photos. It's colors and stuff like that. It's
Like a kaleidoscope?
Kind
it
of.
is, but you can go into it and into it and into it. The further you go into it, it just continues and continues. There's no end. The more you go down, the colors, it just changes. It goes. It never ends. And I think this is exactly what he said. What they're saying is there's no end to it. It's like they're looking for the smallest particle, and they spend billions finding, and they find a little green spot, and they say that's God. okay, like that. And then somebody else finds something even smaller. So whatever you focus on will manifest. You know, wherever you direct your attention and focus at feeling, you will manifest that. Which I also think that is why everybody is right. In a conversation, whatever you are manifesting becomes your reality, meaning that in a discussion everybody is right. Because your truth is your truth, and you see it in your life. My truth is my truth, and I see it in my life. And I think the chemtrails is one of these wonderful things. They're so obvious for some people, and the rest have absolutely no idea. So I just think it's a matter of where.
Yes, because focusing on that, unless we have solutions, like we've spoken about before, you can focus on something and give it even more energy, but unless we have solutions as well, it can drive not just yourself, but the people around you crazy. Yeah, because it's...
But the thing is, I think love is always the answer. And if you look at it scientifically, love is a very extremely high frequency that also gives this extreme pleasure feeling. I've never experienced it, but I've been a little bit up there and I felt that You're an exception. But if you look at lower frequencies, like when people are fighting or war and stuff like that, they're very and when these type of, if you meet those with the same frequency, they go like this. They don't change the frequency, but they amplify. They don't go up or down. They stay on the same level, but it gets worse. So in my opinion, fight a war, fight against a war, you don't get it. But the frequency of love is so high, so high. And when you see a low frequency meet a high frequency, it just annuls the low frequency. It doesn't fight with it. It just
blends in.
No, the low frequency it disappears. It's just like you take a flashlight at dark and you go die. Where did the darkness go? It's not there.
Through it.
It just. So I think in whatever situation, whatever problem, so-called problem you have, it's on a problem is always like a lower thing. If you meet it with love, it's like so. If you, for instance, I try to practice my brain instead of if I'm at the subway, I look at people, I think tall, short, fat, boring. All of the ego is like judging, and it's so seldom that it's a positive reaction. It's always something like this. That's the ego. But if I look at someone, I say divine, for my own sake as well, divine. It just suddenly I'm in a beautiful place,
It's like Kirsty on the roundabout, blessing.
And netting all the time. And I think with the mantras as well is to get the frequency up there.
Yeah.
To higher the frequency all the time. As soon as you can, just lift it, because it will eliminate a lot of these. You don't need to look at the details of a problem. It will just. You look at your partner with love, suddenly they change. You don't look at them with love, you will find out. The reaction will come quite instantly.
And it's a decision.
They say with obstacles, that is one thing also, with obstacles, I think that when you're on your level, where you're comfortable and where everything is okay, I think I told that once, that at that the law of attraction works. Meaning plus and plus up. You play best with somebody who's like you, and it's just you're pulling in what you are. But then when you say I want to go there or change that, when you change it, you start. You say you stir the energy. I mean, you even say, I'm going to stir the energy. What you do, the energy starts going like this, and inside this vortex, when you have energy that goes through a spiral form, you create a magnetic field, and then suddenly from plus, before plus and plus was pulled together, then suddenly you have plus pulling in minus obstacles. So when you start moving towards where you want to go, automatically, according to this program or this law, in my opinion, you will pull in minus whatever you're aiming for, the exact opposite. So if you want to lose weight, I'm going to lose weight, and within minutes somebody's going to come and offer you chocolate cakes and let's do this, and here have a hamburger with double cheese, and you'll just be pulled in. Or if you want to build a cathedral, within a week you will start having problems with architects or whatever. And that is just a sure sign that you're on the right way, but most of us back off and say, woof, too many obstacles, I must be on the wrong way. So you go down again.
Comfort zone.
To where you come from.
But that
But if
plateau
you...
is no longer the same.
Sorry?
That plateau is no longer the same because the fact that you had the desire or the drive
Everything
to
is
want to
moving.
get somewhere else no longer.
And sometimes it's the wrong place for you to go as well. It's really hard, but that's part of the game. But then if you continue and you manage to go through these obstacles, where the solution is not to fight with the obstacles, I think, because you fight and you will be hit, knocked back. But if you can mentally just lift yourself and just morph them into, just move yourself into a better feeling, you will raise the energy and you will pass the obstacle. Then when you get to the next level, suddenly it will stop being, when the obstacles won't be pulled in at the magnitude as before, and if you could just continue, it will just ease out. Then you come to the next level. I think it's very much like a staircase. Often you come like this and you boom.
Yeah, it's easy when you look back, you can actually see it in your life, can't you?
Yeah.
It's also Natalie's drawing, the steps to
Yeah, the
next.
steps. But the thing is, we don't know that we're in an elevator. We think, I'm not getting anywhere, But then suddenly, so.
So very quickly, 26, because Shanti's got 3 as well.
Yeah. So could somebody read it?
26.
Unconditioned by time, a teacher of even the most ancient teachers.
Yeah, I would say the program is, the laws are, doesn't matter how far you go back, how far you go forward, the laws are, these are the rules of the game. Just accept it and play. One final thing. I think that we are born, we are being born with a way to go. And most of us many people are confused about what is my purpose in life. But I would say, follow your goosebumps. Whatever gives you goosebumps, the passion, when that is, even though the logic mind says that is not the way to go, you won't make a living, your soul knows that is the way to go. And you have your feelings as like a GPS that can help you keep on track. If you feel feeling like love and fun and all of it, it shows you are on the right track. You are following in the right direction. If you start getting depressed, your soul says, oh, come on, this is the wrong way, you're going the wrong way. You go down. If you start getting frustrated, irritated, angry, you know, or in my opinion, that your feelings are telling you, you're off track, go back, go back, go. And the more, what we're studying in yoga, I think, with all of these things that, the obstacles are this and this and these are the dangers, are just saying, get back on track, this is how you do it. This is how you become aware on an earlier stage. Listen to your feelings. You've got all these instruments. Keep the focus, be aware of what you're thinking, because what you think you become, or what you think will become. So it's just purify your mind, and stop the nonsense, stop all of this, and then go out and be useful. Focus on something that can really make a difference.
Mm.